Dr. Trevor Miller here with Integrated Health of Indiana, and today we're going to talk about one of the most important aspects of health and healing, and that's sleep. So this is one of those nice, free, easy-ish things to take care of for your health. And what you really need to know is that when you sleep, this is when you repair. This is when you start to produce your hormones. This is when your body goes through and learns things. And so if you stick with us until the end of this, then we have a special offer for you. But for right now, let's dig into sleep. So why is sleep important? Well, just like I did a minute ago, it's when you heal. It's when you produce your hormones. It's the repair mechanism. It's when your brain flushes out all of the toxins and the lymphatic system opens up. And so you need this time to heal and repair. And so it is vitally important to have sleep. One of the methods of torture in the past has been sleep deprivation, because if you go without sleep for a couple of days, you start to get delirious. Actually, you can go longer without water than you can go without sleep. And so the next thing is, how much sleep do you need? And this one's very interesting because they actually, way back in the, I think it was the 50s and 60s, they did what are called the bunker trials. And the bunker trials were, they took a group of people, they put them in these bomb shelter bunkers. So no windows, no nothing, total absence of light, total absence of the sun to orient the time, what is called circadian rhythm in us. So these people had nothing but artificial light, and they put them in total darkness. And what happened to them was they noticed that in the beginning, these people were sleeping 12, 14, 16 hours a day until they paid back what is called the sleep debt. And then once they saw that, they got to see that these people regulated out into about 8 hours of sleep plus or minus 30 minutes. And so that's where we get that 7.5 hours. And if you think you're one of those people who doesn't need a lot of sleep, only about 3% of the people in the population in the world have those genetics. And guess how much time that actually gives you? That actually only gives you about 15 minutes. So you want to be sleeping 7.5 hours plus or minus 30 minutes. And one of the ways you can tell if you're getting enough sleep is if you can wake up refreshed without an alarm clock. So if you can go to bed and you wake up and you feel good and you're ready to go and you didn't use an alarm clock, you're ready to rock and roll. You're getting good sleep. But there are several issues. A, if you're a third shift worker, my prayers are with you, because third shift work is absolutely brutal. And it is now a class, I forget which class, of carcinogen. They know that it affects the body so much that it affects your ability to fight cancer. So sleep is very, very important. And so if you're having trouble going to sleep, go ahead and tell us, and we can start to get you with some sleep aids that are not pharmaceutical. There is a difference between going to sleep and then forcing sleep. Forcing, if I hit you with a bat, you're technically asleep, but you don't wake up refreshed. And that's the same with chemical sleep agents. They put you to sleep, and that's not something that you wake up refreshed from. The other thing is you could have trouble staying asleep. So you have no problem going to sleep, but then when you have to stay asleep, it's a no-go. So there are ways to start to help your body. There are things that we can use: L-theanine, rhodiola, valerian root, kava kava, all kinds of things that we can do naturally that help you ease into sleep and stay asleep. And now this is not something, once again, that's just like you take it and boom, you go to sleep. No, you have to work into this. Took you a while to get this way, it'll take you a while to get out of it. So let's talk just a moment about sleep hygiene. So if you're in a room and you have a television and you have alarm clocks that are bright, remember, blue light, you have 4,000 receptors in your eyes for blue light. Blind people who have their eyes can adjust to circadian rhythm because these blue light receptors in our eyes do not depend on actual sight. They actually receive the blue light, and that's how the blind people can actually go to circadian rhythm. Our day as a human is actually, I think they say 24 and a half hours long, and we depend on the sun to actually reset our circadian rhythm. So if you're having trouble with sleeping, once again, tell us, and there are little tricks that we can start to do to help you get readjusted into a good normal sleep cycle. But you don't want lights in your room. If you have windows, you want blackout shades and curtains. We have them and we use them, especially in the summertime, so you can go to bed at a good time. The next thing is as animals, we do a lot better when it's cold, and they have seen that the optimal temperature is between 63 and 68 degrees. We happen to sleep at 68 degrees quite well. The Oura Ring tracks our sleep, tracks our deep sleep and stuff like that, and we see fabulous results with that. Remember, your bedroom is basically for two things. It's for sleep and it's for sex. Other than that, you shouldn't be watching television in the room. If you have to read, you should not read in bed other than for just a few minutes to calm yourself down. And last but not least, you want to sleep with as little clothing on as possible. Now, we understand that women have hot flashes and there are some people that don't like to be touched, whatever the case may be. For those people in the studies that sleep with nude or with as little clothing on as possible, they tend to do the best. So, now that you've gone through this with me and you know how important sleep is, if you click on the button below, make sure we have your email address. We will be able to give you a sleep checklist so that you can go through your room and make sure that these things are all in order. Thank you. Yours in Health, Dr. Miller and the staff at Integrated Health of Indiana, and we're here to help you heal from the inside out.